Trivia. Chris Renkel joins us. Chris is on standby, basically.
Still on standby.
For LeBron.
I pretty much live here at this point.
Yeah.
I might as well move into some apartment and some empty office.
I think we've reached a point that you need to complain to your wife, who is a surgeon, for those who don't know, that you have it harder than she does now. You have to sit here and wait for LeBron, join us on the show.
And wait for something to happen.
Is this like Tom Hanks in The Terminal, where you just sort of circle around with the... Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, it kind of feels like that.
Waiting to leave. Did you ever see that?
Picking up odd jobs, like, oh, hey, I can fix this room. Sure.
So, like, what is the move, Chris? If, say, 2 o'clock today, there's an announcement. He's coming back to the Cavs. Are you going to the arena? Are you going to his house? Like, what?
I'm jumping into a suit and running onto set, and we'll see what happens after that.
All right.
Where is Nick? Is he just hanging out too?
Well, you know, he deserves some time off.
No. Why does he deserve time off? I don't believe that. No. All right. So we're all continuing to. I said to Chris, what happens if he doesn't sign until September? And I thought you were going to cry over there. I mean,
let's not even go there.
Let's even go there. He's going to have his robe and slippers here by August.
You know, in 2014, when he came back, he showed up at Brown's training camp one day because that's when Johnny Manziel was their buddy.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Is he still friends with Johnny? Probably not, right?
I heard Johnny was going to be bigger than LeBron, though.
Johnny wore Maverick
Somebody
and the
did
crew
say
out
that.
real quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, so there was a trade proposal by former NBA player Markieff Morris. Mike, you got this on the screen here? Here was where did he come up with this? This was just his...
This came out of the blue. He was just tweeting yesterday.
This
is what Markieff Morris tweeted. Harden to Phoenix, Jalen Green to Cleveland. That leads to Bron going to Cleveland, which I had passed over because I'll save my thoughts on the deal in a sec. Didn't think anything of it until...
Well, because the random former player just bringing this up.
Exactly. But that's not actually what caught my attention. I only saw this tweet because, one, Chris Renkel, who joins us now on the show, quote tweeted it and said, "This is a trade I wouldn't hate," which made me say, well, this is why I hate Chris Renkel. I'm just kidding. I love Chris. Chris, I'll let you go first. I hate this trade. You don't. Why do you think this would make sense for Cleveland and a deal you wouldn't hate before I tell you why you're wrong?
See, I got very intimidated because I was going to come on potentially today, and Mike calls me. He goes, I hate that trade. Are you willing to talk about it? And I go, oh, boy. Can I walk it back now or no? All right. I'm going to stick to what I tweeted. I don't hate the trade. Here's why I don't hate the trade. It gets you younger. Jalen Green is younger. He is faster than James Harden at this point. He is a slightly better defender. I know you're going to say the Cavs have a plethora of 6'4" guards that need the ball in their hands. Yes, I get that. But I think at this point in their careers, Jalen Green is more able to adjust his game to fit a new scheme. I like this speed. I like him in the open floor. And these are things that the Cavs didn't have as soon as they traded away Darius Garland, which I still think was the right move because James Harden brought them something durability that Garland did not have. It helped in the playoffs. But it's not a perfect fit. It's not a perfect trade. But I do like that you'd potentially be able to get a 24-year-old Jalen Green who's been a very productive scorer, been a productive player, and not have to give up a whole lot. You get out from under James Harden. And the biggest part of it is Jalen Green, at least right now, is cheaper than James Harden. We don't know what Harden's going to sign for, but I believe I looked up on SpotTrack, it's $33 million, which would be a pretty good chunk of change that the Cavs would not have to pay for a James Harden. So that's why it's not a perfect trade. But like I said, I don't hate the trade. Now, Mike, you can tell me why I'm a moron and why I should hate the trade.
No, Chris, listen. Chris, you're my guy. I love when you come on the show, but we just got to correct some of these things. First and foremost, Jalen Green's making $36 million next year.
36.
So he's going to be more expensive than James Harden.
Oh.
So that already debunks that the Cavs are saving money, and he has a player option for $36 million the year after. So you're on the hook for 2 years at $36 million a pop for Jalen Green. The Cavs have a bunch of players already that like to have the ball in their hands, especially if you add LeBron. And the one thing James Harden does significantly better, and I have some numbers to prove it, than Jalen Green, even at this stage of his career, is pass the basketball. Jalen Green might be the single biggest ball hog in the NBA. You ready for these numbers? James Harden, even at this stage of his career, last season, averaged 50.9 passes per game. Passes he made in a singular game, 50.9. And he played, James Harden, about 34 minutes per game. Jalen Green last season played 27 minutes per game. So not as much, granted.
All right.
Jalen Green averaged 24.5 passes per game. That was the sixth lowest number of any player over 25 minutes. Jalen Green catches the ball. Jalen Green looks to score. Jalen Green misses a lot of shots.
What was Harden's passes per game?
50.9.
All right. If they played the same amount of minutes, Jalen Green would be more like 30 probably.
Still
a huge difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
And are we counting Harden passes out of bounds, or are they only when they go to another player?
Fair.
Yeah. What was Harden's passing numbers in the playoffs?
I'll pull up. I only have two hands and I need one to talk, so I'll pull up.
Unacceptable, Mike.
The other number that is worth pointing out here when it comes to Jalen Green is when he does pass, he often holds the ball till very late in the shot clock, throws it. Points created off passes for Jalen Green last year, just 7.7. James Harden, 23.5. So a third fewer points off those passes from Jalen Green.
You make your point, Mike.
As it is
I will say
from James Harden. Yes, you get more athletic. Yes, you get younger. But you are taking a guy in James Harden who is a better spot-up shooter if you're going to take him off the ball than Jalen Green. A guy who, in Jalen Green, does not pass the basketball and is still looking to prove that he wants a massive deal. You're going to ask that guy, the 24-year-old Jalen Green, who at this stage has 2 years left on his contract, has not hit the max yet, and is going to want to prove he can be the guy. You're now asking to take a backseat to
the
LeBron
trade's never going to
Donovan?
happen.
Yes.
James R. Harden has already forced his way out of Houston once. He's going to go back there again.
Well, more he's not.
It's Phoenix, not Houston.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Oh,
Which
Phoenix.
is
What the hell am I
why
talking
this
about?
trade would never go anyway, because the
Jalen
owners
Green
would
used
never
to be
do
on
it.
Houston. Right.
The owners
And the
would never
owners
watch.
hate each other
Yeah.
in that case. That's right. But let me ask you this, though. It opens up to a bigger question of, is it possible to trade Harden for somebody that would be a better fit? Because wouldn't you rather have somebody else than Harden in a perfect world with LeBron?
100%. However,
nobody wants Harden at this point, do they?
No.
I think the answer to that's no, and they also, wink, wink, promised James Harden to get the extension when they traded for him.
Yeah,
and it would be very bad player management. Jason, I don't know what the right word I'm looking for.
It's bad.
It would be very bad for their reputation among
Correct.
the league to
You
do
better
that with
follow
James
through
Harden.
on what you said. And when they made the trade at the time, first of all, you're going. Never mind. I'm with Mike on this.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. But they traded one distressed asset for another.
Right, yeah.
James Harden's not going up in value now.
No.
So
He could completely, I was saying before the show, like it wouldn't surprise me if he went completely off the cliff this season.
I would be surprised if he went completely off the cliff, but clearly he's losing traction off the bottom of his shoes. Like it's the slide is underway. I don't think he'd go completely off.
Is he on one wheel?
Three wheels?
Three-wheel.
Three-wheel hunt?
Yeah.
No, but I don't like that trade at all. I don't think it's realistic. I like, for a lot of the reasons that Mike said, I don't think that Jalen Green is a fit on this team. Yes, he's younger, but you had younger in Darius, and you moved on from that because you were trying to get more experience and more.
Right.
So now, why would you go? Why would
I
you go
get
back?
you. When at first glance, I was with you, Chris, but these guys do make some good points. They've kind of talked me out of it. I just would love to get a younger player at this point, but you want a durable player. But you got to have a guy who's a better fit.
You can't worry about younger right now. You can't worry about younger. Like, you're trying to win a championship. You're not like you.
But I'm worried that James Harden is not going to help them win a championship.
Well, then that's the worry to have before you make that trade.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's not
fair.
the
Well,
worry for
Darius
now.
Garland wasn't going to win him a championship either.
Right,
But,
and he was a distressed asset.
Yeah.
They had to include it too to get rid of him.
but wouldn't you take, if in theory, all right, let's say James Harden was happy with this or whatever, I don't know. In theory, wouldn't you take a player who's maybe, like just a good player, who's not as good as James Harden even last year, but fits the team better in a perfect world?
Yeah, like in a perfect world, if we
Sure.
could turn James Harden to Herb Jones. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, right.
Now we're all on the Herb Jones train, right? We're all in on Herb Jones. I know Mike.
We'll do
and
that
I.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Chris, you and I aligned in that one.
But again,
Brother in arms.
Harden has no trade value.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, the whole red flag here would be if Phoenix was really willing to get rid of this young player
Yeah, right.
for James Harden. It'd be
Yeah.
like, wait a second, what is going on here?
So it is what it is. We're stuck with James Harden. Hopefully it won't be stuck. Hopefully he'll still be.
I mean, he had some horrendous moments
Yeah.
in his playoffs. He had some really good
There was a
moments
lot
in
of
his playoffs.
extremes for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they get to the Eastern Conference Finals without him.
No,
I
they
They
think
don't want to win round one without
We
him.
made
No,
that point.
absolutely. He was not Hall of Fame peak James Harden, and at times he was awful, but he was a crucial part of this team. That being said, if you can find somebody who doesn't throw the ball out of bounds 3 times a game in critical possessions,
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
like we've
I hear you,
established,
but-
you're not going to trade him, but
Yeah.
it'd be nice.
Are the guys? I'm going to ask you to answer this question right now. Top of your head. We'll start with you, Mike, and then we'll go around the panel. The Cavs do not get LeBron James. Will they reach the Eastern Conference Finals next season?
Gun to the head right now?
Yeah.
No.
Chris.
No, but they could, but I'm going to say no.
No. Zach.
Easy no.
Jason.
Yes. No.
Easy no. I'm with Zach.
No.
Easy no.
Yeah,
To
no.
me. If they get LeBron, will they go to the Eastern Conference Finals? Mike.
Yes.
Chris.
Yeah.
Zach.
Pretty strong lean to yes.
Now you're backing me into a corner for later.
Oh.
No, because I'm going to say yes, and this
Okay.
is going to come back to haunt me.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why in the next hour.
Okay.
But yes.
And I'm going to say yes also. Are we on any level, could we be deluding ourselves that even at
Yes.
41 LeBron
Yes.
makes this big a
Yes.
difference?
Yes.
We could be.
Yes.
Of course.
All right.
And that's the point I'll make in the next hour.
All right. Very good.
We're going to get to the latest LeBron rumors in the next hour. I did want to ask real quick, though, one question on this. If somebody, and I don't think Jalen Green's the answer, but if there is a player, and not Kyrie Irving or Anthony Davis, because we're going to talk about them, but if there's another ancillary player that we haven't discussed yet,
Yeah.
that somehow LeBron says, you need to get him for me to join your team, do you do it?
Of
Is
course.
basically the question.
It depends.
Does
who
he
you're
still
gonna
have
give
the
up.
power to bully the Cavs into
And-
making?
and see, that's
any
what I
kind
was
of
saving for the
You
next
have
hour.
to,
You want
but
to
all
All
right,
right,
now.
then Jason, save it. Yeah, don't
Save it.
don't
Save it.
Let's save it for the next
Bring
hour.
Kyrie back.
Oh, Lord.
Let's have healing with Kyrie. Well, you're not on the beat anymore. You don't have to deal with him.
Oh, thank God.
I hate the guy, and I still want him back.
I don't hate him. I've never
well,
hated
I mean,
him.
he's anti-Semitic, but people let that fly.
I don't
these
think
days.
I don't think he's. Well, I don't
He's
know.
probably not anti-Semitic.
He's
He's just stupid, and he said
He's-
something stupid,
He
and he
said
doesn't know better.
something
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he shouldn't have said,
Yeah,
but he's not anti-Semitic.
Anyway, he might be, but it's all right. People get a pass in society for that, unfortunately.